Good morning, everyone. This is your girl, Von Streets Get Lit. I decided that I wanted to go live this morning because I wanted to get on here and I want to talk about how they just been over there tearing Peach up over there on the TT. Peach and her shenanigans, honey. The shenanigans just keep going and going and going like crazy. But I'm going to tell you something. I just be sitting back and I be observing and be watching. I just be laughing. And it be so funny to me because Peach got on this platform thinking when she got on TT. It's funny to me how the things she said that she would never do, she's wound up doing it. And she be on the TT day and night. In and out, day and night. Sometimes she be on that TT early in the morning, begging and pleading, asking for gifts. And it's funny to me because she get into it with more of the younger people than she get into it with the older people. Now she know the older people gonna come with it, just like the young gonna come with it. But they don't. I mean, it don't be no whole bars when they come to Peach on this TikTok. I'm sorry, YouTube on the TT. It be no whole bars on the TT. I mean, they don't spare her. They don't give her no chance. And I be so tickled because it be like, Lord have mercy. And then the other day she got ate up by somebody. She couldn't do no but sit there and look crazy with a smirk or smile on her face. When I say that young man was on there letting her have it, the young men's be letting her have it, the young women's be on there letting her have it. They do not spare Peach McIntyre at all. You hear me? They be coming straight with it with no chaser. So she thought she was the only one that could read. She's finding out that she ain't the only one can read. And then when they really going deep down on her, she'll hurry up and leave that TT live quick, because she already know what time it is. You know, she done crossed so many people in so many levels, and it said so many things. And the things that she have said and have done has just been diabolical, if you ask me. It's been a disgrace. It's been an embarrassment. And you know, for her to sit and tell people that you don't care about people, children having cancer. I know people at this point, they don't have that don't care attitude also with her. So just like how she felt about other people and their children, that's how other people feel about her and her kids. You know, then she got this goiter on the side of her neck. You know, that's another thing. It's messing around. It's messing with her vocal cords, because a lot of times Peach's voice be sounding very raspy. It sounds very raspy a lot, but that goiter on the side of her neck is so big and so swole, it looked like it's just about to pop out her neck. But maybe she might be having some type of thyroid issues or problems. But if so, she needs to go get that checked out, because she don't know what that could be. She don't know what could be in that thyroid. You know, and for her to sit there, I'm on the road, Lord, guys, and I'm driving, but I want to speak and say hello to everyone. If I'm not looking right now, I'm not looking at the live, but I want to say hello to each and everyone this morning. But I have to just get on here and I just have to be honest with it. I have to just keep it real. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not going to take nothing away, and I'm not going to add nothing. But the way Peach get on here and the way she has talked about people, children, throughout the past, telling the people you don't care about somebody's child passing, like you don't care about, you know, somebody, you know, having cancer. You know, that's very evil. That's very evil for her to sit and say the things she says and the things that she does. But she think it's okay, but it's not. But I'm gonna tell you like this here. She says she don't believe in karma. Well, baby, karma is real. And I call karma a she. Because one thing I like about karma come and hit you when you least suspect. Karma don't come get you right then and there, but it come and get you at a time when you least suspect. When everything going good and you think everything peaches and cream, and right when you think you got away with the things you have said and done to people, it come back and hit you back like a boomerang. So a lot of things that Peach is reaping, and she's reaping what she's sowing, is going through the TT. So people are not caring about Peach's feelings. Nobody's not caring about how she feel. You know, she has lied a lot. She come with a lot of shenanigans. She has a deep, she has a hole in her soul. So at the end of the day, when you have a person got a hole in their soul and she has not healed and she has been going through childhood trauma and different things that she has been dealing with, and then her husband would, it does not make it no better what her husband would. First thing first, if she needs to heal and she wants to heal, I'm not telling nobody to leave the husband, I'm not saying that. But if this man has showed Peach McIntyre time and time and time and time after again, he has showed his hand, he has showed his face, his hands, he has showed his face time and time again. When a person show you who they are, you have to believe them. So Wood have showed Peach number of times who he is. She the one choose not to believe him. So she got a delusional mindset because he does not care about her. He does not love her, because when a man loves you and he cares about you, he's going to care about your appearance. He's not going to let nobody disrespect you. He wouldn't be out there cheating. And she's out there working hard to keep Wood. And that's the sad part about it, because she's out here working so hard to keep Wood. And to me, I feel it's like, to me, that's a no-no. She has so many grounds on so many levels to leave Wood because he's out there cheating. But because she has allowed this guy, this man, well, I ain't gonna say man, I'm gonna say boy, because he don't act like a man, act like a boy. And I'm just gonna keep it real, because a real man is not gonna sit back and watch his woman struggle and watch his woman get out here and make all the money. And there's no excuse, because he has the same opportunity as Peach. He has the opportunity to get out there and do his own content and make his own money. But because Peach set up and allowed it to come to be so comfortable, he done got so comfortable with her. First thing first, there's nowhere in the world I would have went to no bank and got a loan to help no man pay off his child support. First thing first. Second of all, I was very angry and upset, and I'm gonna say, I'll tell you why I was very angry and upset, because I really was looking forward for McKay to get that Camaro. I really was, not Camaro, but Corvette. I was looking forward for that young man to get it, but I had a feeling in the back of my mind, it kept telling me that I had a feeling that young man was not gonna wind up getting that Corvette. And he should have got that Corvette, because McKay is a very smart, intelligent young man, and I'm praying to God that he does not wind up being like Wood. I'm praying to God that this young man know how to treat women. And you know, and Peach has not set an example before her sons, and she has not set an example before her daughters. And I'm praying to God that Gorgeous does not grow up with that same mentality, mindset that Peach has, because we as women do not have to sit up and put up and deal with the shenanigans and the foolishness that men be putting out. Now, not every man is like that, but you do have some men out there like Wood. But Wood does Peach the way he does her, because she has set up and allowed and have deal and put up with it for so long. So he just feel like he has to not show Peach no type of respect. If Peach would have put her foot down a long time ago, when Wood started with this foolishness, she could have nipped that in the bud right then and there. Because honestly, me, my opinion, baby, a person like Wood, baby, I would have been took and wiped him with my behind. Excuse my French, y'all got what I wanted to say, because I really want to get deeper than that. But I'm going to say I would have took and wiped my behind, baby, like he was some, a pile of boo-boo, baby, and I would have thrown him in the trash. Because a man like that, he need to be put in the trash. And I'm just going to keep it real. He ain't worth keeping. You know what I'm saying? He's not worth keeping at all. He's not no keeper. Oh, yeah, he watches the kids. Yeah, he watches the kids, but what is that? But when it comes down to paying bills, and then Peach get on here with this delusion of mind and lying to everybody know the truth, that she is paying everything. When they going out to eat, she's paying for everything. The kids' food, the kids' lunch. It is sad because she's on pins and needles because she's so scared and afraid to leave Wood, to the point that she's out here working hard, trying to do what she can to get money to keep this man. Man, please. I would have been let Wood go. I would have been turned Wood loose because, baby, it ain't nowhere in hell. I'm just going to keep it real. There's nowhere in hell that I would have been keeping on and holding on to somebody like that. He ain't worth to be keeping. He ain't worth to be holding on to. Like the song say, you can't raise no man. He already grown, honey. What you gonna do? You can't raise nobody. You can't change nobody. You know, and then the thing is that Sunny Peach facing that thing on like a head-on collision. Because see, me, I believe in facing things on like a head-on collision. Instead of her facing things on like a head-on collision and accepting things for what it is, that this man is now changing. Whatever, you have to remind yourself of this, ladies. And Pete, you have to remind yourself of this, and whether she's watching or not. Whatever you set up and allow this man to do, he gonna continue to do it. Because you never put your foot down. You should have just put a foot down. She should have just let him know for what it was. But if a man, if he didn't change before you married him, what made you think when you married him that he was gonna change? All it did was got worse. And it's going to continue to get worse. And before it's over with, and I know everybody's saying that some people say, oh, they don't think Wood will never leave Peach. But I'm going to tell you like this here. In the end, when it's all said and done, Peach is going to be very devastated. She really is. She's going to be very devastated because she's going to be so hurt. And she's going to be so broken. She'll sit on here and put up this hardcore act and pretend as if it don't bother her that Wood is out here messing around and cheating, but yes, she do. You can tell in her face. You can tell it when she's talking. You can tell that Peach be very hurt and she be very devastated when she find out that Wood is out there messing around and cheating with other women. But because you deal with it and you said she said it personally herself on live, just as big as day, to everybody that she wasn't gonna leave him. So if you're not going to leave Peach, then why continue to keep acting like you being hurt? They don't need to be hurt if you're going to continue to deal with the foolishness that he's putting out. But then it's okay for him to get out there and do what he want to do and mess around. But if you do it, I guarantee you, he'll be ready to leave you if you go out there and do it. Or he'll be ready to lay hands or whatever. I just think it's crazy. I just wanted to this has been on my mind for a while, and I just wanted to get out here, and I wanted to just talk about this because, I mean, Peach got so much potential, and if she just didn't have an evil heart or evil soul, she really could be really back. She really could be making and getting the millions. Back getting the millions. But because she done got so cold-hearted and they got so nasty and not caring about the things that she say out of her mouth. And then she have to be careful and she have to watch herself. She has kids. You know what I'm saying? You have children, you have sons, you have a daughter. You know, you don't never know who could be watching you, who could be following you. Yeah, you can have a pew-pew. Anybody nowadays, a lot of people have pew-pews. I have a pew-pew. But the thing is, a lot of times, baby, you might not be able to get to that pew-pew on time. So you just got to be careful, out here and watching the things that she pick and choose to say out of mouth. Because the things she pick and choose that's out of mouth, I just be shaking my head, And she be doing it for so long that there's nothing that she does and says to me shocks or surprises me. Because when it comes to Peach, it seems like to me anything, in and everything goes when it comes to Peach. So it's just crazy. So all of these shenanigans she be coming up with talking about she gonna divorce Wood, they be all lies. She knows she ain't going nowhere. She ain't finna leave this man. She's so invested and so in love with this man that she just so head over heels. And it's the enemy. It's the enemy that's got her bounded like that. You know, it's the soul ties. And then she's not realizing and understanding that every woman that would have went out there and slept with, he's coming back and he's laying up with Peach and sleeping with her. And she's so tired and she not understanding and realizing that a lot of ways that she's acting is coming from other souls that this man went out there and slept with. And I guarantee you that every time he slept with a woman, because men's like Wood, they don't use protection. So ain't no telling how many babies this man that went and got on Peach. I guarantee you probably some diseases that came about. She probably ain't gonna never share or tell you that, but I guarantee you one or two times Wood probably gave her some type of disease. And you know, when you dealing with a man like that there, baby, you have to cut the umbilical cords off that, baby. You have to cut their ties with that and let that go. But she choose not to let go of it. So that's something that she got to deal with. She's torturing her own self with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's crazy to me. There ain't nowhere in the world that I can sit around and allow no man to mistreat me because I know who I am. I know what my woman worth is. And you have to know we have to know what our woman worth is. Peacher have to know what her woman's worth is. And she has not realized what her woman worth is because dealing and putting up with the things that she's dealing and putting up when it comes to Wood. But until she learned that, she's going to continue to go through the things that she go through. Hello, everybody that's coming into my live, tap that screen, share the live, and subscribe to your girl channel. It's free, it don't cost a thing. And I want to say hello to everyone. If I'm not saying anything or speaking back to everybody, I want to say hello. It's just that I'm on the road and I'm driving right now, so I'm not looking at the screen. But I just really want to just get out here and just, inform and, my opinion on what I want to say. Like I say, I'm going to come straight with it with no chaser. I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm not cutting no corners, And like they say, allegedly, but what I say is for my, my purpose, So I just want to just get out here and just speak on it and say what I wanted to say, And I was supposed to do a disclaimer, and I didn't think about the disclaimer, but yeah, I just wanted to get out here and just talk on it and just, form my opinion on how I feel about the whole situation when it comes to Peach and Wood. Don't get me wrong, Peach is a pretty lady, but right now she's looking ugly because of her soul is nasty. When you have a hole in your soul is nasty, it's gonna make you look ugly. So if you ugly in the inside, you be ugly on the outside. So until she can learn to get it together, learn to love herself, she's very, pretty much is just, she's living in hell. And it just ain't nowhere else to put it. She living in hell. And the thing is, until she can get rid of Wood, she gonna continue to go through what she go through, but because she refused to let go of Wood, and that's her own opinion. That's her she have free will, free choice. Everybody have to make their own decision. Everybody make their own choice. But just for me, just speaking to me, I would have been turned him loose a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Our kids, 9 kids or not. Like she said, husband and 9 kids, baby. And baby, it would have been me and my 9 kids, because he shown her would have been cut out the picture. She making the money where she can take care of her children. So really she don't need Wood. That's my honest opinion. Allegedly, she just don't need Wood, That's my opinion. That's how I feel, But to her, she been with Wood for so long, but because you've been with a person for a long time does not mean you have to still deal and put up with the foolishness, with the cheating, the lies, the deception. It's just a lot of things that just have been transpiring and just took place for so long that she has adjusted to it. She have adapted to it. So to her, she feel like that is okay, but it's not. It's not. It's unacceptable. It's not okay. And it's not cool for no man to put his hands on nobody. allegedly, you know, it's not cool. It's not okay for nobody to be putting their hands on nobody. It's not cool for nobody to be out there cheating. So it's pretty much at this moment, at this point, it's like he uses Peach as a doormat, like he's walking all over her. And I mean, there's nowhere else to put it. He uses her as a doormat. He takes her for granted. And when she talks to him about how she feels, he looks at her and he smiles and he laughs, because you know why? He know Peach ain't going nowhere. He know this at the end of the day. He takes her for granted. But if Peach would have showed him a long time ago who she was, and she put her foot down, I guarantee you right to this day, Wood would respect her. But because she allowed him not to respect her, to disrespect her, that's why he do the things that he do. He knows that, hey, I can get out here and cheat. And he living the average man. I ain't gonna say the average man. He living the dream. How can I describe it? He living the life that a cheat man would love to have. I'll put it like that. He's living a lifestyle that a cheating man would love to have. Not every cheating man get a chance to have assets like that, like Wood. I guess the Wood, he feel living the life, he living the dream, like, okay, I can get out here and cheat and do whatever I want to do. She's still gonna allow me to come back. She gonna still allow me to be there. That's why he don't take her serious. He don't. He take her as a joke. When he look at her, he take her as a joke. And I sit and I watch Peachy in her feelings, and she be stressing how she really feel. Tears be in her eyes. She be hurt. He don't care. He just sitting there looking at it. And the truth be told, Wood being checked out. He been checked out the marriage a long time ago. You could always tell when a man is checked out of a marriage, or you could tell when a man is checked out of a relationship. You can always tell, because it's the way they act. And he don't care. He don't put no forth and effort in anything in the marriage. He just don't care. I can't think of not one time that since Peach, from day one, Peach first started off, because I remember when Peach first started off, before she blew up, I remember she blew up off talking about the Section 8. I'll never forget that video. And I used to sit back then and deserve it, watched it then, how he used to get up and walk away from her, or walk a step ahead of her. And he still do that to this day, and he didn't even care. But it's like, okay, now that she has came into this money, at one bit of time, I seen a little different, that he was showing her a little tad respect, but not too much, but just a little tad respect. But I just didn't notice that. I was like, dog. At first I was like, okay, maybe it's just me. But I was like, no, this man here showing that he don't care two F's about her. You know what I'm saying? He really was showing that he didn't give a damn about Peach. He show it all the time. And it's not hard to see it, because everybody see it. She try to convince us and try to convince people to believe, allegedly, that Wood has changed. Everybody can look at Wood and tell Wood ain't stopped drinking. Wood's still drinking to this day. That man ain't stopped drinking. There's a lot of stuff she been lying about that she say Wood has stopped doing. Wood ain't stopped doing these things. Wood just, once a man get caught, they just try to find a more sneaky or clever way to do things. They try to, and then the minute you get comfortable, you think everything is smoothed over. You think everything is, good again. That's when they strike you and get you again. So, he done it to her so many times, that he's comfortable with it. And the thing is, he don't even care about trying to hide it. He's been beyond that point of hiding, of cheating. And she know when he's cheating. Every woman knows when a man is cheating, because God give us that intuition. He give us that intuition for a reason, to protect ourselves. The thing is when you mess up with the intuition, is when you overlook your intuition. If your intuition mind telling you that your husband or your man out there cheating, don't ignore it, ladies. Don't ignore it, because if your mind telling you and you got that deep down gut feeling that something is going on, it is going on. You can best believe that it is going on. It is happening. And sometimes men have their intuition too, but most God is really giving us women to intuition to protect ourselves. So when we see it, you can see it, you can feel it. And when you really get that gut deep down feeling, and you know for a fact, and then a lot of times, they try to lie to us and try to make us believe like we crazy. No, we not crazy. Women, trust your intuition. If your intuition is telling you, and your radar goes off telling you that your husband or your boyfriend or whoever, fiance or whoever he is to you, that he's out there messing around and he cheating, you can take that to the bank. That's what's really happening. You're not crazy. Don't let nobody feel like you crazy. Don't let them try to fool you, tell them you tripping. It ain't nothing like that. Because see, with some men, you can go to them and you can look them straight in their face. And you can ask them, is everything okay? Are you happy with me? Are you pleased with me? Do you feel like you want to go and see other people? They'll look you in your straight face. And that's a demon. That's a Jezebel spirit. They'll look at you in your face and lie to you and tell you, yeah, everything fine. Everything cool, baby. We good. No, I don't have no desire to see nobody else. But you as a woman having an intuition and you know what you feeling inside your soul, and you get that gut feeling and it don't go away, and that thing linger and it stay there, that man cheating. He's stepping out on you. But to ignore it is where you mess up at. So when you get that gut feeling and you know for a fact that this man is stepping out on you, and you know for a fact that he's cheating, don't ignore it. Because I guarantee you that it's been a number of times that Peach has had that gut feeling and she knew for a fact that Wood was out there cheating, but she overlooked it. And I'm speaking from experience, because me as myself, I'm speaking for myself, and myself, I have done that in the past. But see, you live and you learn. So through my experience, I have learned that when your intuition is telling you, and your radar go off and go to alarming you and telling you, and which is that be God, that your man is out there, or your husband, or your spouse, or fiance, whatever you want to call it, is out there cheating, you could take that to the bank, baby. It's happening. It's taking place. The thing is, just please do not ignore it, because when you ignore it, then that's when you be hurt the most, because you ignored it. And like, I had a suspicion that he was doing what he was doing. And then when you go to him and you go ask him, they'll sit in your face with a straight face, because see, they be crying, and then some of these men be crying and they be lying. It's barely real. You may find a man that's going to keep it real with you and be honest and tell you, yeah, I'm stepping out. Oh, I did, because I'm the type of person, I'd rather for a person to tell me the truth than lie. And then that give you a chance to make your decision whether you're going to stay or you're going to go. But a lot of them will sit in your face and lie to the end until the truth come out. Because some kind of way, the truth already ways come out. So you can't get away with a lie but for so long. The truth always got a way of coming out. So you got to be alert. You got to pay attention, and you just got to be on your P's and Q's at all times. Now, I'm not just going to push it all on the men's, because you got women's out there too that be out there, doing their thing too. But a lot of times when a lot of infidelities cheating start a relationship, a lot of times it start off from the man and then it goes to the woman, because a lot of women be wanting to pay that, do that get back thing. But I'm a type of person, I'm like this here. I don't have that time for that. You cheat on me, so I'ma cheat on you. Now what we gonna do, we gonna go ahead and end this, buddy. This is what we gonna do. So you're gonna be out there paying, doing the cheating by yourself, and I'm gonna be moved on and be out here living my best life, baby. Cause these diseases are out here, baby. And ain't nobody trying to catch nothing. Nobody trying to get nothing. And I pray to God when people, and I know she's probably not. I know when it comes to wood, she's probably not using no protection. But a joker like that, there, a person like him that sit up there and be out there running around with all these women, ain't no telling what they got. Every woman don't clean themselves the same, and then you come back and then you going downtown on them, and then you out there sleeping with them, It just, this is just the thought of it just disgusting. It just makes my skin crawl. But hey, she makes her own decision. Like they say, you lay down with dogs, you wake up with fleas. So, at this point, this moment, hey, it's her decision. She chose to be with Wood. She chose to deal and put up with that. So that's on her. But that's all I wanted to get out here and talk about, because it was on my mind and I had been wanting to get out here and talk about it. When it came to this situation with Peach and Wood and the TikTok shenanigans that's been going on with Peach. But let me see how long I've been out here on this. I ain't been out there long, because I know they say you're supposed to be on there for like an hour or so. It says she don't argue with the man like she does with the females. That's true. I was able to pull it over, so now I can see. It say, what did it say? Well, her name is Denise. Denise says she don't argue with men like she does with the females. And you right, Denise, she doesn't. When they come on that TT, she don't argue with the men like she do with the women. Because you know why? She know with the men, they don't give a darn. They just gonna come with it. They ain't gonna cut no corners. They gonna just come straight with it. Erica say, hello, Erica. Denise say she doesn't even get prenatal care, and she doesn't. That's another thing. She don't get no prenatal care, because she has carried her kids. I don't even believe she was taking prenatal care then when she had her kids also, Denise. So, it's just crazy. It's just really, really crazy, how Peach McIntyre does, but like I say, Peach and the shenanigans and the TT on the TT, they just be chewing and spit her out. They don't leave, nobody don't chase her. But everyone that's out there on my live, tap that screen, share the live. Let everybody know that Von Truth Get Lit is on the live. And it's free. It don't cost a thing. But yeah, Denise, I totally agree with you. She does not even take prenatal care, at all. And you right there, she don't argue with the females or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna start also too. I'm gonna start getting back on here and building my community. I'm gonna get back on the live more often, and I'm gonna start back get my content going again more often. Just some things that I had to get taken care of. That's why I have not been on YouTube lately. I'm really more over on TT. But this your girl Von Truth Get Lit. I'm getting ready to end this live. I want to say hello and good morning to everyone. And I'm going to start, before I start doing my live, I'm going to start getting on my live, and I'm going to start praying before I start my live also, because that's something I do. But a lot of times I don't get on there and do a prayer on my live, because early in the morning before I hit the floor, that's the first thing I do first. I got to give God the glory. I have to give God the praise. God come first. He is the creator. He's the man that created heaven and earth. So yes, I have to give the creator, the man up above, God Almighty, the worship and the praise. But I already been the praise, so that's why a lot of times when I get on the live, I don't pray, because I already been prayed. And a lot of times I pray all day long anyway. I keep my prayer line open my prayer, I'm a prayer warrior, so I keep my prayer life open at all times when it comes to God Almighty. I pray to God about everything before I do it. But I want to just get over here, and I just wanted to get over here and just share, and give my opinion on how I felt about Peach, and the wood and the shenanigans that on TT. But this your girl Vontrice get lit. I ain't gonna stay on the live long. But that's something I do need to work towards on. I do need to start working towards on being on live for an hour. Because when you on live, you could go an hour. So if you say really you're supposed to do 2 hours. But say you get on there and you don't want to do your live for 2 hours. You can do an hour and then come out the live. You can wait a couple of you can get off live and you can wait maybe the 4 or 5 if you want to, and then get back on there and do another hour. Then you'll be considered as your 2 hours. So I think the most that you can do when you go live, I believe you could do the live up to maybe. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna have to go back and do my research. But I believe you can go back on live. I think the most of your time you could be on live. I believe you could be on live up to 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6. I believe. I'm not too sure, but my thing is my talking span is not that long. So I could get on here and I could hold a conversation. I could get on here and talk, but to just sit on there for hours, I have to find something that's very interesting and talking. But when I got people that's coming in live and they're talking back with me, then yeah, that's what I can keep, the conversation going back and forth, but other than that, I was able to pull over down. I was able to look at the comments of people that came in and had spoke. So I want to say hello. This is Denise. If you're not on here on the live anymore, I just want to say hello. I see Erica came in and she spoke and said hello. Denise says, and I was looking at her comments. I was able to read her comments where she said she don't argue with the men's like she does with females. Erica said hello, and then she spoke hello again. And then Denise said she doesn't have, she don't even get prenatal care, which is that's true too. She don't get no prenatal care when it comes to her children, herself, and she need to go and get that goiter seen about, because a lot of us have been speaking on that goiter, and I had been looking and noticing it too. And I mean, it's bulging out so big to it look like it's about to pop out the side of her neck. So honestly, she need to go get that seen about, because ain't no telling what could be in that thyroid, for it to be that big, because I really never seen nobody goiter on the side of their neck that big like that before. That looks terrible. And I noticed it's like, to me, when she's stressed out, that's when it looks like it comes out the most. When she's stressed out, when she's under pressure, it's like that goiter on the side of her neck. I mean, it looks so big. It's like look like it's spreading on the side of her neck, if you ask me. That's the way when I look at the side of Peach neck and I look at that goiter, and I'm not even saying it trying to even be funny, but I'm just keeping it real. She really need to go get some medical help and some attention. She need to go get that looked at and see why that goiter is so big like that on the side of her neck, because it's giving a health issue. Even though she says something ain't wrong, but whatever it is messing around with her vocal cords, because sometimes Peach be acting like she be screaming, like her voice be very raspy when she's speaking and she's talking, and I have noticed that. So she definitely need to go to the doctor. Just like she got enough time to get on here and tell people that she don't care nothing about nobody child pass, and that you don't give a F about nobody having cancer, and all these little mean things she say. She have to be careful. She has kids of her own. She has kids of her own. She has a grown son, Mikael, which is, I pray to God nothing happen to Peach kids. But she gotta be careful, because things can backfire. You say you speaking and you laughing and talk about people being homeless. You talk about people with cancer. You know, it's so many nasty, evil things that she have said and done to people. See, when Peach first started off on her live, and I know I said I was gonna go, but more and more I think about things, more and more make me want to speak on it and talk about it. When Peach first started off with her content, Peach was very real. She was genuine, and that's what drew me to Peach at one time. Now, I'm not gonna lie. At one time, I was digging Peach. I was feeling Peach. You know, I was really, really in Peach. You know what I'm saying? I had started following Peach, but what made me stop following Peach, when Peach went to started getting that money, Peach started changing. And when I went to seeing the fakeness, when I went to seeing the phonies, when I went to seeing the demons and the devils rising up in her, that's when the Lord gave me the key to say, okay, Von Trees get lit, it's time to go. And I quit following her. I just had to leave. I wasn't gonna sit around, and cause that's not of God. That ain't right. There's two people in my life. The ones that's out here watching my live. Now it's one. Tap the screen, share the live, subscribe to your girl channel. It's free and it don't cost a thing. But yes, the things that she has said. But when Peach first started out, back to what I was saying, when Peach first started off as a content creator, and I remember from day one when Peach first started, because I remember her first video when she first got started, because then at that time, Peach had one even done then. But she was real at that time. She was genuine at that time. You know, she wasn't acting like she was acting now. And I just went to noticing when the money went to coming, she just started changing. But I'm going to tell you something I have learned. I have learned that at that time, even though she seemed to be real, pure energy, she was like that all along. It just took a moment, took a minute before it came, the real truth about her came out. Because I remember when I used to see Peach at the casino. I remember one time I sat by Peach at the casino and I spoke to Peach. I spoke to her, I said, hey, Peach, baby, what's up? You know, blah, blah, blah. She spoke back, you know, at that time. And I remember when she was doing her gambling video. I remember that good. And then a lot of times I used to see Peach and her husband a lot of times in the casino. I used to see Peach mom at the casino. A lot of times I used to see them all the time. And then I remember when Peach lied and told everybody that she didn't go to the casino. And me and my daughter was in there, and I looked dead at Peach in her face, and she looked dead at me. She knew who I was just like I knew who she was. And I looked dead at Peach's face, and she looked at me. And the way she was sitting there, she looked like she was mad and upset, because I could tell that evidently she wasn't winning, or the money wasn't flowing like she felt like it should have been flowing. But I went on ahead and walked by past her. I didn't say nothing because I could have exposed her then. But you know, but I ain't say that. I said, nah, she done sit up there and lied to these people on these live, and got these people thinking that she don't be going to the casino no more. When she stopped going to the casino, was sitting right in the casino, and I'm passing right there, looking by her, looking dead at her. And God is my witness. I don't have no reason to lie. Anything I have ever spoken, said about Peach has been the truth and nothing but the truth. But so help me God. But I'm telling you, she has lied. There has been times Peach has been in the casino and walk and lie and say she don't be in there and be in that casino. There's times I have seen Wood in there. I have seen her mama, was Roscoe Queen now, Tracy. I done seen her in there with that same hair, that how she ever had wrapped up to this day. That's how she was in the casino. I done seen them a number of times in there. Now, I haven't been to the casino in a while, you know, even though she said she allegedly banned herself completely from going to the casino. But that don't mean anything, because just because you're not able to go to the casino, you ban yourself from the casino in Tampa, that don't mean you can't go to other casinos. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Tampa has so many miniature casinos, so it just ain't no little, you know, it got the big one, the big main one, Hard Rock Cafe, yeah, they got that one, but they got miniature casinos too. And I'm not saying that she goes in there, because I don't know, but I do know in Tampa they have a whole bunch of different casinos, and because the way they look like convenience stores, but they really not convenience stores. Some of them have like 10 on them, and then you go inside of them, and they have casinos in the casino in Tampa. They sure do. I be in Tampa a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just like I be over there in Orlando a lot. I be in Tampa a whole lot. So honestly, the truth be told, Peach ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to walk up on Peach today or tomorrow and touch her, I could. But she ain't even worth my time. You know what I'm saying? She ain't even worth it. Peach ain't hard to find, baby. She really ain't hard to find at all. But I wouldn't even dare waste my time with her. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But she be a lying a lot. She do. But I'm going to tell you something. A lot, and I be listening on Auntie Loretta. Auntie Loretta don't be lying. Auntie Loretta know what she be talking about. Auntie Loretta know Peach McIntyre very well. She does. She know them people very well. But yeah, I ain't want to just get on here and just, share, some things, that I had experienced. And then I remember one time too. I remember when Peach first started off, and I remember when I purchased an e-guide book from Peach. I never forget it. The first time when she started off, she had one that started off, I believe at that time, for $1. And I purchased the one that was for $1. Then she had one that was $75. Something happened with that, but she refunded me back my money, because if she didn't refund me back my $75, then it was gonna be an issue. It was gonna be a problem. She was gonna have to go through some things that she wouldn't want to go through when the countries get lit. I could be a nice person, but I could be a motherfucker too. I could be a beat. You know what I'm saying? So, but I got my money back. But there was times that it was hard at that time to contact Peach. It was hard to reach Peach at that time, because at that time she was only running it by herself. She didn't have no help. When you reached out to her, it was hard to contact her. So that's why this is why when other people say that they have purchased things for Peach and they have been trying to reach out and contact Peach, I know they're not lying, because I know what I had experienced one time. So after that, I had just stopped purchasing things from her, period. The only time I purchased something from her is that time when she had offered her e-guide book for $1. Now, however, when I got the e-guide, honestly, the truth be told, I really didn't learn anything from it. I'm just going to keep it honest with you. I'm going to keep it raw and uncut. That's just me. I'm going to keep it real at all times. I didn't learn anything from it. I'm just going to keep it real. Now, when Yo-Yo Entertainment You Love did her, had her e-guide book, I learned, I knew some things I already knew, but when I got the e-guide book from Entertainment You Love Yo-Yo, I had learned a whole lot. So it enhanced a whole lot. But with Peach e-guide book, it was old, it was outdated. She makes you believe that you're gonna make a certain type of money, and you don't. The difference between Yo-Yo and the difference between Peach, Yo-Yo don't gatekeep, okay? And that's what I love about Yo-Yo, because Yo-Yo keep it real. I had joined her, got in her class, and when I got in her class, I did not feel like I was robbed. She took her time, she was patient, and she shared a lot of things. And when you email her and you contact Yo-Yo, Yo-Yo will get back when you will contact you back. And that was an A1 plus for me. Now, when it came to Peach, it was hard to contact her. It just was hard to contact her. Then when you try to reach out to her, then I remember one time she was on live, and I reached out to her and told her to say, hey, Peach, I had purchased your e-guide book, but I have not got my e-guide book. She replied back, oh, Ventries, I did. She lied and claimed she did get back with me on the e-guide book, and she had a little attitude about it. And I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna get her, but my daughter was like, no, mom, no, because I told the story before. She was like, no, mom, no, mom, just let it go, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I let it go because my daughter said let it go because, baby, I was gonna chew Peach up and spit her eye. Because she ain't no, she thinks she can read, baby. I can read, and I know how my mouth can be, but I'm gonna say that for another time, for another story. But like I said, that that time Peach was very real. She was very genuine. That's what drew a lot of people to Peach McIntyre, because she started out very real and genuine. But when that money went to coming in, she went to changing. And me and my sister, we went to talking about it, discussing the one that passed. God bless the dead. I miss my sister so much. I miss her so dearly. But me and my sister, we was discussing and talking about it. I had saw it at first, but then I just brushed it off. I said, no, maybe it just might be me. Maybe, because, I know quite sure that all of us have experienced that before. Like, we'll see something, we'll notice something, but you'll kind of brush it off and be like, no, maybe it's just me. Maybe I just might be, over exaggerating. Maybe I might be overlooking it. But I had, witnessed seeing the change, but I kind of overlooked it a little bit. I said, no, maybe I might be exaggerating. Maybe I may just be over. So my sister brought it up to me. She say, sis, if it's me, but do it seem like to you that Peach kind of changing a little bit? I said, you know what, sis, I didn't want to say nothing. I said, but yeah, I thought it was me. I thought I was the only one that was feeling like that. She said, no, I went and noticing it too. She said, because I know Peach at first, when she first started out on this social media platform, Peach was real. She was very pure at heart. She was very humble. She was chill, laid back. You know what I'm saying? I remember doing her first video when she first made her million, when she first started off with the Section 8 apartments. I never forget it. Because I remember when she was walking through showing the thing. And, I had with the, what I'm saying? Like, okay, what I'm saying? I like her because, she real and she genuine, at that time. And she really was. But I went to notice when that million came in, the money went to coming in, she switched from being a pure-hearted person to an evil person. So when I went to see the evilness and the way she was being rude or how she came out talking to people, I just went on ahead and started backing off, and I unfollowed her. And I just was like, no, this is not what, this ain't cool here at all. So it's just like, I just be shaking my head, because it's like, Lord have mercy. But like they say, this, what's in a person is in a person. It's been in her all along. It just had to take the money to come in for the real truth of how Peach McIntyre really is to come out. So she already been like that, but at the time, people really, really drawed to her because she was very real and purely genuine at one time. But then when that money came in, Peach changed. She changed a lot. She ain't the same Peach. Don't get me wrong. Everybody have to change at some time, at some point. But when you change, make sure you change it for the better and for the good, and not change it for the worse. Because to me, she changed for the worse. She didn't change for the good and the better. She changed for the worse. And it's like, she done got very evil, very nasty, very cold-hearted. Don't care about what she say out her mouth, how she talk to people, how she come at people. Bringing up things about NBA YoungBoy mama and parents. Like, come on, Peach, are you mental? Have you lost your mental? Have you lost your mind? Like, come on, these people are a bit way bigger than you. Way bigger than you. And out of all people, you gonna bring up NBA YoungBoy mama and talk about these people? And so she got on live on the TT the other day, and one day, I think it was YoungBoy sister got on there and ate her up. I'm telling you, when I say they be eating her up on that TT, they be eating her up over. They be chewing her up and spitting her out, baby. They don't be playing with Peach. They be letting Peach have it over there. And I ain't gonna lie, I be laughing. I be dying laughing because they be letting her have it over there. They don't be playing with her. If I was her, I'd just shut up. And I'm just gonna keep it real, because, baby, they don't be playing with Peach over there. Especially the men's. They don't be playing with her. Them butterfly, baby. They don't be playing with her. They be letting her have it. Them young people be over there letting her have it. And a lot of them older people do too. They don't be playing with her. You see what she got over there with Bossy. Bossy wasn't even playing with her. Bossy didn't even waste no time with her. Bossy was like, what you want? What you coming over here for? Bossy didn't even want her on her live. So a lot of them don't even be wanting to get on there and battle Peach. A lot of them don't. So she really struggling over there on TT, trying to, keep up, trying to get, and then day by day, she is losing her hard hitters when it comes to gifting because of her mouth and the things she's picking and she choosing to say, and everybody sees it. Hello, Kayla, how you doing? How you doing, sweetie? But yeah, people are not dealing and pulling up with that foolishness and that shenanigans that Peach is putting out there. Everybody that's coming into my live, tap that screen, share the live, and subscribe to your girl channel. It's free. It don't cost a thing. But yeah, they're not playing with Peach over there on the TT. Yeah, baby, they been letting her have it, honey. They been, baby, I'm telling you, I've been sitting back watching it, baby. I said, oh my goodness. They don't care what they say out their mouth. They have no filter. And then when Peach realized that a lot of them ain't having, she hurried up and going to get up off off that screen, off that live in a minute, on TT Live in a minute, because she know they ain't having it. They ain't playing with it at all. And I'm talking about, it seems like to me every day she over there getting ate up by somebody. Every day. I'm like, goodness. Jesus Christ. Like, they be tearing her up over there. No cut, no chaser. They don't give a darn what they be saying about their mouth. Because a lot of people does not like that. A lot of people don't like this mess. Because I don't like it. I don't like it. That's evil as hell to sit up and tell somebody you don't care about their child passing. You don't care about nobody having cancer. You don't care about nobody being homeless. You don't care about nobody but you and your children and your husband. How you think that make people feel? So just like she don't care, everybody that develop the same, attitude. They don't give a care. They don't give a damn either. You don't care about your kids, or we don't care about you either. That's how everybody feel. No. I just think it's, it is evil now. It's very evil. It's very nasty. But she got to get some deliverance. She needs some God in her life, baby. She needs some deliverance, because baby, she done made Wood her God. Wood come before everything. And I think it's sad too, because McKay did not get that car. And I'm really, really been mad about it. I've been upset about it, because I really was looking for McKay to get that Corvette. I was really looking for that boy, that young man, to get that Corvette, because he deserved it. I wish he could have got it. But, excuse me. But I'm telling you, I had that feeling. It was in the back of my mind. Because me and a friend of mine, we was talking about it and discussing it. We was very upset about it. Not only just I was upset about it, me and my friend, we was very upset about it, because we're like, this is messed up. Like, this boy that went to school, worked hard. She been on these car lots, going to these car lots, making this baby believe that he was going to get this Corvette. Poor McKay. And McKay wound up not getting the Corvette. And I could look at that young man and tell by him sitting up to that table, even though Peace trying to make it seem as if, when she made that video, trying to make it seem like that McKay was cool with it. You could look at McKay's face and tell McKay was very disappointed in not getting that Corvette. You could look at that baby and tell he was very disappointed. Because Peach got this baby hopes up high, taking this young man on this car lot, and this young man thinking when he graduated that he was going to be getting a new car, a Corvette. Yeah, he has transportation. That's all good and dandy. He has, transportation. But in my opinion, the SUV that she got, McKay, that's really honestly, to me, for something like somebody a lot older, not his age. And I wish he could have got that Corvette. I really wanted to see that young man riding in that Corvette, because that's just me. I'm not a jealous type of person. I'm not a hater. I love to see people prosper. I love to see people grow. I love to see people have, because that's the type of spirit that I have. You know, I'm a real genuine person at heart. And I love to see everybody make it. I love to see everybody grow and prosper. I don't have no jealous streak in my body. You know, she has this habit of always want to holler about somebody jealous of her. Who? Jealous of what? Nowhere in hell. J. Peach ain't got nothing I want to be jealous of. Not nothing at all, baby. But I just, you know, wish McKay could have got that. No, but she would have got this loan, though. That's the thing that got me. You would have got a loan to pay your cheating, lying, deceitful husband child support off, when that money should have been saved for McKay. When that man, little boy, when that boy graduated, when McKay, that young man, I'm sorry, when McKay graduated, that young man should have been getting a Corvette. That's how I feel about that. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. I really feel like, to me in my heart, that McKay should have, and he deserved it, he should have had that Corvette. Then when he went to prom, Peach say that she rich and she got all this money. She could have paid somebody or asked somebody to go with McKay to prom, because McKay looked like he was out there on that floor by himself dancing. And you know, he's too young to be out here not to have nobody. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a good thing sometimes to be by yourself, but for him not to have no friends at all, and then the friends that he did have and the friends that he did develop, he wound up had to move from a different school because the mama failed to choose not to pay her rent because she went out there and gambled the money away, so they had to move. But I just feel like, to me, you know, my opinion, I just feel like, to me, that Gregory McKay should have got that Corvette. I was very angry about it. I was very upset about it. I did not like it at all. But I just, you know, but it's nothing I could do. But I just, you know, my opinion, it just wasn't just me. There was others out there also too was looking forward to McKay getting that Corvette. But I just had that feeling in the back of my mind that that was going to wind up happening. I had a feeling she was going to come up with some type of sob story on why McKay didn't get the Corvette. You know, it's sad, because those kids should be coming before Wood. Ain't nowhere in hell shit me. Yeah, that's what I said. Shit me. Ain't nowhere in hell I could see. And he don't deserve the things that Peach been giving him. He don't deserve it. It should be, McKay should have been getting flowers. McKay should have had a Corvette with a bow. Matter of fact, that Corvette should have came with a bow. That young man should have been cheesing from ear to ear. And it looked like to me throughout life that McKay has been let down, has been disappointed throughout number of times. He has been disappointed and been let down because she chose to put Wood before her children. And I think it's sad. I really do. I think it's really, really sad to me. But, you know, I felt like that. That's just how I felt. I felt like, to me, McKay deserved that Corvette. And I really was looking for McKay having that Corvette. I was really hoping. But in my mind, deep in my back of my mind, I had that feeling it was something going to come up. She went out there and spent all this money to pay off this no good behind man child support when that 40th. She me, if I was gonna go in the bank and get a 40, go get a loan, it would have been to get my son his Corvette. It sure wouldn't been able to pay his no good man his darn child support. That's for sure. You should have let him pay his own child support. Then you do all that, he still go around and cheat on you anyway. So what are you getting out of? You get nothing. But besides what? Besides him, what, taking care of the kids, keeping the kids? Shoot, he need to be off his behind doing some type of job. But you just sat up there and allowed this joker and got so comfortable, he don't want to do nothing now. He wants you to do everything. He wants you to take care of everything. And it's sad that all he got to go do is go fry some mustard fried chicken up. God, what the hell kind of shit is that? He going, yeah, I said it. He going and fry that shit that just pissed me off now. Me just thinking about it. What kind of shit? He going and fry some mustard fried chicken, and she happy with that. It's that easy. Oh, and I ain't worried about it. I done cheated. Let me go and fry some mustard fried chicken, and let me go down, lay down the pipe, and she happy. Is that's it? That's it? Is that easy? That simple? That's why he don't take her serious. That's why he take her for a joke. Boy, I tell you. Shit me. Like hell. I be damn. No way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Shoot. She up there pretending like she packing bags. She gonna pack his bags for good and send that joke on up the darn road. And so what if he did got there and be with the next woman? Cause trust and believe me, if Wood ever run across somebody else like Peach or close to Peach or even better than Peach, that would put out the same amount of money, do the same thing Peach would do, Wood would have been gone. The only thing that's holding Peach, the only thing that's holding Wood, the only thing that's holding Wood there is that money. I believe them kids and that money. Other than that, if them kids and that money wouldn't have been there, Wood would have been gone. He would have been out of there. But because of that money, that's what's been holding. And then before it's over with, he gonna get tired of that after a while before it's over with. But then again, he may not. Because right now, Wood living a life right now. He get brand new, he get name brand shoes, clothes, belts, what it was, jewelry, sex anytime when he, sex anytime when he wanted. He getting that duck anytime he wanted. You know what I mean when I say that duck, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I be trying to be cautious and careful what I sell him. He getting that duck anytime he get ready. That's crazy. But it's that simple. And then since every time Mother's Day come, Valentine's Day come, Mother's Day come, any holiday that came, Christmas, he gets Peach nothing. And she studied make sure she look out for him and he have. Oh, no. No, like hell. He can't get me nothing and he won't get nothing. I'm going to make sure my children have, but he wouldn't get a damn thing. My opinion, if you ask me. I think it's crazy. She'd have done too much. She'd have put out too much. They keep getting dogged. They treat it like a doormat because that's how we would treat Peach, like a doormat. It's crazy. Like hell. No. That's real crazy if you ask me. Make no sense. Well, I've been on here for an hour and 8 minutes. An hour and 8 minutes. But yeah, I'm telling you. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get on off this live. Probably wind up coming back on the live sometime. If I think about anything else that I want to get on live and talk about and discuss, I will get back on here another hour. So that'd be my 2 hours that I made today. But I got to get back in the algorithm. I want to stay in the algorithm, in the algorithm. Algorithm as they call it. So I want everybody to support your girl as I'm on my journey to grow with my community, build a nice community, and I want to be placed around some nice, sweet, loving people, and I just be praying over my social media platform. But this is your girl Von Trees Get Lit. I'll holler at you later, and everybody have a blessed day now. I'm out. Peace.